These are my go-to, and they have a new flavor that I found this year. They are the Knorr Selects. So they're $1 extra, but they have some... What's up, everybody? I'm gonna do a quick video on backpacking food today because I'm getting ready to go on a 2.5-ish day backpacking trip here on the Long Trail in Vermont. I'm not gonna film it, but it'll be over by the time this comes out. I've had this channel for a while and I really haven't done a video on food yet, so this is literally everything I'm gonna be taking for those 2.5 days. I wish I had some like backpacking food secret or hack or some cringy title-esque thing like that. I don't. Honestly, like, don't leave the video please, but this is all pretty standard backpacking food, and this is all like budget backpacking food. I don't like to spend a lot of money on food. I'm not really a huge fan of the dehydrated style meals, the Mountain House meals, if you will. And most of this stuff is the exact same stuff that I would have carried on my Appalachian Trail thru hike, and I will carry on thru hikes in the future. So here we go. Actually, no, real quick before, I need to give a quick plug to two companies that are not sponsoring this video, but did hook me up with some stuff that I want to mention because it's pretty cool. The first one, of course, right after I say I don't like Mountain House meals, this company is called Nutrient Survival. They just sent me an email and were like, yo, do you want to try some of our food? And I straight up told them, I was like, not a huge fan of dehydrated meals, but like I'll try them, I guess. And so they sent me a bunch of stuff. Get that out of here. Some oatmeal, we got some mac and cheese here. I honestly haven't tried most of it. Flossie's had a little bit of it. I did try the Southwestern Medley dehydrated meal on the Catskills hike I did a few weeks ago, and that was pretty good. So again, not sponsored, but thank you Nutrient for sending me this. And then the second company I want to plug is Hilltop Packs, who I'm sure some of you have heard of. Look at these freaking custom food bags that they gave me. I don't know if you can see this too well here. I'll have to do some close-up shots, but holy shit. So I actually just ordered one of their normal non-custom food bags a few weeks ago. When Ben, the owner of Hilltop Packs, who I guess watches my channel, saw that I had ordered something, he hit me up and he was like, yo, because you're a big famous YouTuber, we're gonna get you some we're gonna get you some extra stuff. So not only did he send me the one bag that I actually ordered and paid for, but he sent me a ton of, like, I hope you got a great tax write-off because he sent me way more than I actually paid for. Thank you very much to Ben and to Hilltop Packs. You guys should check them out as well. All right, let's talk about some food. So for this trip, I have 2 breakfasts, and the first thing that I want to share with breakfast are these, what are these called? Stroop waffles. Honestly, these are brand new. I've never had these before, but Flossie recommended them while we were in the grocery store the other day buying food. And I was like, you know what? I usually do Pop-Tarts, getting kind of sick of them. They're not very healthy, although to be honest, these probably aren't much better. And so I was like, screw it. I am going to try these Stroop waffles. And they're pretty, I guess they're pretty good if you dip them in your coffee. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. And speaking of coffee, we should probably go there next. So CS Instant Coffee, you guys have heard me talk about them in the past. This is not sponsored by them. In fact, this is the last packet that I have from the batch that they sent me for back when we did some sponsored stuff. I do hope to work with them again in the future though, because their coffee is really good. Unfortunately, the second day I'm gonna have to drink just the normal Folgers shit that you hear me complaining about in all my Trail Tales ads, because yeah, this shit, it's just not that good. Along with the coffee, I like to put a packet of the classic French vanilla breakfast essentials in the coffee. I normally like my coffee black, I'll be honest, but this has a little bit of protein and just some extra calories, so it's kind of like creamer, kind of like sugar. It sweetens it up a little bit too, I guess. So I'll usually mix like one of these in, especially if I'm drinking the crappy Folgers. With the CS instant coffee, I don't like to mix it in as much because the coffee's already like pretty good, but with this, it's definitely helps the Folgers. Actually, this might be Nestle. I don't know, it's all the same, like it all sucks. But this is a good boost of calories for sure, a little bit of flavor boost as well. And then the last thing for breakfast, which I don't always do, but I just have a bunch of protein bars over here. These are the Costco Kirkland brand protein bars. If I'm extra hungry in the morning after all that, I will usually have a protein bar. I usually don't eat that much in the morning or during the day when I'm backpacking. And then I pig out at dinner, which you've probably seen in some of my videos, but I'm gonna talk about that in a second. So I guess on that transition, if I don't eat the protein bars for breakfast, then I will usually put them in my hip belt pocket or in the back of my pack and force one of my friends to freaking take that thing out for me so I can eat it. Sorry, Flossie. I think I have, yeah, 5 protein bars right here. And these are usually like the last things left in my pack. If like these Like I'll usually save like 1 or 2 of these as basically just like emergency food. So I probably won't end up eating all 5 of these, to be honest, but it's just like some nice peace of mind knowing that like some good calories are just always waiting in your pack, even if they don't actually taste that good. So for lunch, again, I'm not particularly healthy, I'll be honest, so my main lunch staple here are the spicy Cheez-Its. I love Cheez-Its. I haven't really eaten them very much this summer, but I usually will always carry some sort of like potato chip, like some sort of salty, fattening snack, because I just like, I don't know, it just like gives me a boost. And honestly, when I'm like in the middle of a strenuous hiking day, a lot of the time I'm not like super hungry, and so I just want like something that has a lot of flavor and something really tasty just to kind of wolf down and give me a bunch of energy. And these things certainly do have a lot of flavor, and so this is my like potato chip slash salty snack thing that I'm bringing on this hike, an entire box of Cheez-Its. We also have something a little bit more healthy. These are barbecue flavored almonds, and I guess there's a lot of salt between the two of these, but hey man, I like my salts. I'll be eating some of these as well, get a little bit of extra protein. And then speaking of extra protein, I will have one of these Vermont meat sticks every single day as well. I'm really looking forward to eating these. I had one on my Catskills hike and it was very good. 6 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, beef and pork. And most importantly, it says Vermont on it, so that really matters. So these things are actually really tasty. I'm looking forward to eating those. That's probably the best part of my lunch. If this seems like it might not be that much food, that's because it's really not. I feel like I've gotten pretty good at judging how much food I need to bring, and I don't like to carry more than I have to when it's a short hike like this. Again, it's only 2.5 days, not even really 2.25 days, say. So on the 3rd day, I don't really even need to have any food besides breakfast because we're only doing like 5 miles. So now we move on to the, actually no, not the best part of the day yet. I also, before I forget, these little Propel drink packet things. I freaking love these. I swear to God, these things like kept me alive on the Appalachian Trail. When I was hiking through the south and the mid-Atlantic part of the trail, and it was like really freaking hot and humid and really uncomfortable, and I was really dehydrated, these things were a godsend. I love these packets so much. It's not gonna be super hot this weekend, but I'll usually mix one of these into my water while I'm eating dinner so that I can just have like a little bit of flavor at the end of the day. You know, it's just a little mental thing, just switch it up a little bit. I've got like 4 of these. I honestly don't think I'll end up using all of them, but I'd rather have too many, I guess. And then dinner, the best part. So like I said, I pig out at the end of the day. That's when I get like most of my calories, honestly, or at least half my calories for the day. And so, because I am very much a budget backpacker, the Knorr rice sides, these are my go-to. And they have a new flavor that I found this year. I don't know if they're actually new this year, but I discovered them this year. They are the Knorr Selects. So they're $1 extra, but they have some beans and some quinoa and some little vegetables and stuff in them, so they are much tastier than the normal Knorr sides. On my Appalachian Trail through hike, this Spanish rice flavor was an absolute staple. Flossie really likes this one as well. But at the end of the day, I feel like all these Knorr sides pretty much taste the same, which is why I spruce it up a little bit. I add 2 things for like spices, I guess you could say. In these little guys here, I have some olive oil, I have some hot sauce, and these are absolutely essential. First of all, the olive oil, I'll add that while I'm still cooking the rice because I don't like to cook in the bag or like rehydrate it. I just cook it in my pot and then deal with the dishes afterwards. It's not a big deal. So I'll add a little bit of this olive oil into the Knorr side while it's still cooking, and that helps prevent it from like sticking to the pot and stuff, because in the past I've definitely burnt the shit out of my pot. So that helps, and then it just adds extra calories and extra flavor too, thickens it up a little bit, so I really like that. And then hot sauce. You folks have heard me say this in plenty of videos before. I've got to have my hot sauce. This is just Frank's Red Hot. I'm not super picky with my hot sauce. Texas Pete, Tabasco, I'll do any of that shit. I really don't care. And I recently bought these little like bottles. I'll be able to reuse these, which I'm excited about. And then lastly, for the dinner, we have some protein. This is just pepperoni. This was an absolute staple. Like this entire meal, like all these dinners here, was basically exactly what I did for the entire Appalachian Trail and pretty much every trip since then. And I don't think I'm gonna switch it up. I kind of like it. So pepperoni, add some protein, add some more flavor, add a little bit of texture to something else besides just like mush, rice, and fish. Again, pretty cheap. It'll last for a couple days, not being refrigerated, no problem. So one thing that I forgot to include for dinner is tortillas. I just realized that I should have had them sitting out there with the rest of my food, but I didn't. And yeah, I wrap up the rice, pepperoni, hot sauce, olive oil thing into a couple tortillas, which is much tastier that way. And then the last thing I have not mentioned yet here, dessert, Nutter Butters. Dude, these things are so good. I just started eating these on the trail this year, and there's nothing better than just like stuffing your face with Nutter Butters at the end of a long day. It really hits the spot and really puts you to sleep because you're pretty tired after eating all this food. So that's everything. That's all my food. Let me know what you guys think of this. Again, I know it's not like anything revolutionary or groundbreaking here, but it's a pretty solid food setup. Pretty confident that this is gonna be just about the exact amount of calories that I'll need, nothing more, nothing less. So maybe you got some ideas from this. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you realize how unhealthy of an eater I am when I hike. It is what it is. Maybe that's why I should be eating those nutrient survival meals. They're pretty healthy. I'm gonna go finish packing and I'm gonna get ready to hit the trail early tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, smash subscribe. See that? Did you notice that? It might be too bright.